trying to film a vlog cleaning up this office space area. I have literally successfully pretty much emptied all the shelves. I was going to empty all of those shelves, but I think I'm going to keep it just because it's easier to keep it. And maybe just add a few more sentimental things on that top shelf up there. But I realized, and I'll show you real quick, that this is a problem. All of this, and it's stacks upon stacks upon stacks, is like tarot stuff. So I think, in the spirit of decluttering, we're going to make this little video. I have a lot. I don't necessarily know that I'm going to go through every one of them, but what I've realized is I don't need every single tarot deck I own on this shelf. So I have this box that is, I can have a lid to it, that I can put the decks that I don't really touch that often. Well, I haven't touched my tarot decks in a while, but and I think it's because just the sheer amount that I have. So I'm going to go through them. Y'all have never really heard me talk about my tarot decks before, or that part of my life, so maybe you'll find it a little bit interesting. But we're going to go through them real quick. Let me know if you enjoy tarot, if you've ever been interested in it. Let me know where you are. I'm almost 30 years into the art of tarot, actually. I was 14 when I got my first tarot deck for my dad. My dad bought it for me at this old used bookstore. And I would say that I have just over the past 10, 15 years started to collect a massive amount of debts. Now, this is not all a massive amount of debt. Probably that too. But massive amount of decks. This is not every tarot deck I have. I do have some that are in a safety deposit box at a bank. They're so old, they're worth a lot of money. I have some in my bedroom. I have some in my office at work. I just have them everywhere. I keep some in my car. We will work from the top of the stack down. How does that sound? I'm not going to take them out and show you unless they're like one I really think is interesting. But I'm really going to be cutthroat about it. Yeah, so let's get into this. First off, there is this one, which is the Universal Weight Tarot Deck and Book Set. This one was purchased in the 80s by my stepdad. He's had it forever. He decided to give it to me. It has the spreadsheet, so it teaches you the spread. It has the book that came with it, still in excellent condition. And then it does have the deck, and this is the back of them. So, I do not personally reach for universal weight often. I have a few I like to have, but this one's more sentimental than anything. It's not getting put up. It's going to stay in the, it's going to stay on the shelf. But I just thought that was a neat find. The ones I'm keeping, I'm starting to pile right over here. Alright, next on the list is Zombie Tarot. I never reached for this, ever. Never. I think I've flipped it. I went through to flip through it one time. It's very vintage looking. It's cool to have. I mean, if you're a fan of zombies and stuff, this is definitely one that would be cool to add to your collection. I really keep this one because we bought this on a family trip to New Orleans. So I am going to keep it. I'm not getting rid of it. I have culled my tarot collection so many times that there's not many I can get rid of at this point and be okay with that. But I will put it in here so when I think about it, I can get it out and look at it. Well, let's go Affirmators now. This is the Affirmators Tarot. I will say I haven't really played with this deck very often, but I think it's a cute one to have. If I ever want to do a reading for someone who likes animals, maybe I will pull out the thing and go, hey, what about this one? It looks interesting, right? Another one in that. The Fantod Pack. This is not a tarot. It is more of an oracle. It's gorgeous. I bought this off of Etsy directly from the artist. I will not get rid of these. I'm actually probably going to keep this one on the shelf. I don't use them often, but I love them. This is a deck that I got off of Kickstarter, which I have a whole other beef about Kickstarter. I stopped buying on Kickstarter after this last Kickstarter that I supported, and it's been since COVID that we haven't gotten anything. So we're going on 4 years that all I'm getting are updates about this. The last Kickstarter I backed was called the I'm Here Emotional Care Deck That Feels Like a Hug. I loved it. When I saw Peggy do a review of it, I was like, oh, I have to have that. I think that's great. And I think it would be like a soft entry, you know, for teenagers and stuff. I went and supported it on Kickstarter, and here we are. It's 2024. And all the creators doing is giving us updates on, you know, this and that and this and that. They are the creator that made me say no more. Like, I feel terrible because I want to support indie creators and indie artists to support an artist on Kickstarter anymore because I've been burned that bad by that one. But I did buy this one. This is the federal art program. This is a deck based off of the artworks from the federal art program. And it's interesting. I will probably not get rid of this one either, but it's a deck that when I'm dead and gone, my great-grandchildren are going to go, did you see this? Our grandma had this thing. So, another one for that box. Next is Amethyst Oracle. I purchased this directly from Jessica Bott. Will not be getting rid of this. This is absolutely the prettiest oracle I've ever seen in my life. I love it all. Look at this. It says silence. I'm sorry if they're backwards. I have the camera where I can see, so I'm not going out of frame too often, but I just love this art. If you like colorful, cutesy type art, I think this is definitely for you. I would tell you to go get it for yourself, but I don't even know if she has these in production anymore. She may not. Anyway, that one we keep. Next, I'm just going to go through a book real quick. This is the Daily Spellbook for the Good Witch. It's cute. It goes through the whole year. It gives you something you can do. I don't know. I'm going to keep it, but I'm going to put it on my bookshelf in the hall. And just have a section of occulty books. The next books I have are The Beginner's Guide to Runes. I highly recommend this if you are interested in learning rune magic. Again, not going to keep it on my shelf because I know rune magic. I don't practice rune magic, so I don't need it. And then Herb Magic by Patty Wigington. I really enjoyed reading this, and I will actually probably keep this on my shelf. I reference it often. If you're interested in learning tarot, I think this is a good workbook to have on hand. It's Mary K. Greer. It's literally one you can write in. I bought it, I don't know. I think I wanted to check it out. The problem is that I already know tarot. I think if you want to really learn it, this is a good one, and I'll link it below. I'll see if one of my kids want it. If they want it, I'll give it to them. If not, I'll keep it on the shelf. Maybe somebody will want it and will not care that I wrote in it a little bit. Table Tarot by Melissa Stanova. This book is so relatable. Just brilliantly writes about tarot in a way that's not scary for people and in a way that is not intimidating. I think this is great. Melissa Stanova is probably one of my favorite, what I would call an occult author, but she's not really an occult author. This stays on my shelf. And then she came out with Kitchen Table Magic, which is just as great. I like to call this the Housewives Guide to Magic. So if you're interested in magic, Kitchen Table Magic, if you're interested, I love her. Again, not going off my shelf. Starman Tarot, if you're a David Bowie fan and you are into tarot, then you know exactly what this is. And it reignited my passion again. These cards are gorgeous. Look at that Lover's card. Stunning. Like, I mean, they're beautiful. Everything about this deck is gorgeous. Now, it is hard to read. I would not recommend this for a beginner. Heck, I don't even read with it myself. Kudos to anyone who can. Oops, I dropped it. Because it's David Bowie. Or because it's based off of David Bowie. I will keep it and it will stay on my shelf. It is sentimental to me for various reasons. Let's go to this one, which is the Empty Cup Oracle Stasia Burrington. This is the most stunning deck. They're gilded gold. They're just simple. Like you can see I did some stuff with those, but they're very simple if you're a minimalist. And she still has these. These are worth going to get. I purchased them off of Etsy. There was definitely, at the time that this came out, there was definitely some controversy over this deck. But I thought, what perfect way to remember that year than with the Corona Tarot. He meant for it to be a joke. Here are the backs. Or if he was serious about them. But I'll never get rid of them. The devil is a bat. Or yeah, the devil is a bat. The wands are like canes. The swords are mask. The discs are toilet paper. Literally what I looked like in 2020 working at the grocery store as a store manager. Having to literally count toilet paper as people brought them through because they were buying too much. I want to say that I don't want to keep it on my bookshelf, but I do. I know a lot of people who find this deck very offensive. I don't care. I love it. To the Housewives Tarot. I bought this with Zombie Tarot. I never get in this. I never look at it. It goes in the box. Alright, next up is Hocus Pocus. Dylan got me this for Christmas a couple of years ago. I've opened it to look at it, and that is about it. It is just a collector's edition, so it's going to go on the bookshelf facing out. It's one of my favorite movies. Good, easy, done. Let's move on to the Cosmic Slumber. Sterling Ethos produced this, and I could not tell you who the author is because I do not remember. It's a beautiful deck. My problem is that this deck, like, we'll come across another one in a minute by Liminal 11. These cards are terrible to shuffle. They're beautiful. I just don't ever reach for them. So those get put up. Next is, I love Julian C. Wild's tarot. It's one of my all-time favorites. So I thought that I would love this oracle, which is a companion to it. And I don't. I just really don't. They already come edged in black. I'm just not a fan. I think I may keep them together, though. Because they are a companion. So, I don't know. I'm going to put that in a maybe section. And we'll revisit that in a minute. Star Spinner Tarot, not my favorite tarot deck. Hey, baby, you can come in. Not my favorite tarot deck. It's going to the box.
And look, that's my favorite picture of us.
You and Lakin?
Mm-hmm. But something I never noticed. She tucked her little arm in my. That's what she did when she was comfortable. Mm-hmm. That was the first time I met her. I saw that and I was like, oh. Because I use this as my background.
The tarot decks?
Yes.
Untouched copy. This is my modded copy. Nope, that's my modded copy. This is my untouched copy. Okay, let's go to this one. This is Santa Morte, Book of the Dead Tarot. Love this tarot. I, for the longest time, pulled it out. The back of it is stunning to me. For the longest time, I always pulled it out. But then it became like a seasonal pull for me. It's beautiful. That's gorgeous. The swords, the cups. So pretty. I loved it so much that I took the time to actually, I edged it. It's gorgeous. Will not get rid of it, but I don't need it on the shelf, I don't think. Let's go into the Forest Fae. This is another Oracle-ish card. It's okay. It's interesting. It's okay, that's all. The back of them are really pretty. They're not, anything to write home about. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know how to use them properly, but I'm going to put them up. It's a little family friendly, but this is the Kama Sutra Tarot. I will not get rid of that because I feel like when somebody wants a reading pertaining to things like that, that's an easy one for me to pull out. 78 card tarot, Madame Clara. Love this. These are beautifully edged in gold. They look silver, but it's gold. And these are, the aesthetic of them really spoke to me. Let's get back into reaching for it. I want to think about getting it. Like, I want to have to work for wanting it. Let's get through these real quick. I don't do a lot of Rider-Waite Smith. If I just the simple original Rider-Waite decks. I do have a collector's copy that I won't be getting rid of, and I actually will probably display this. The entire thing is pink. Here are the backs. If you watch this channel, you know I'm a girl who loves her pink. And then here are the fronts. Let me just show you real quick. They're beautiful. Even the edging is pink. This is the borderless edition of the Smith-Waite Tarot deck. I'm going to put it up. I never reach for regular Smith-Waite Tarots. This is the same thing. This is the Rider-Waite Tarot. I never reach for weight-based decks. So I'm going to put them up, and I'm going to keep them. I do like the After Tarot. I find this one very interesting. I think I'm going to keep it on my shelf. The concept of this deck is that it's literally the After Tarot. It's a few seconds after each of the original cards happen. And you see me not looking at y'all, it's because I'm looking at the actual cards. Keep that on my shelf. And then I have the Gregory Scott Tarot. I was curious about this one. Ordered it. I think it's because I don't know. It's very medieval. It's not the cup of tea that I reach for all the time. Then we're going to go Morgan Greer Tarot. These are tarot in a tin. They are small. They are tiny. And they are great to carry in a purse. The other affirmators. This is just your self-help. I really like these. I'm going to keep these out. I am putting the actual tarot deck up. And then this is the affirmators family. Love these. The Runic Tarot. I don't do runes very often. It's a great deck to have. But I'm going to actually put it up. This is illustrated by Michelle Castro and from Consultation of Ashton Maxwell. And it's Little Odd. It's Little Odd Tarot. Oh my gosh. Y'all. This was a Kickstarter. I am so glad I did it. It's beautiful. I reach for this often. Look at that edging. Isn't that gorgeous? And then the cards are literally black and white drawings. And it's beautiful. Like, how cute is he? Okay. And we won't waste too much time looking at all of that. But yeah, it's gorgeous. This is the thing that tells me that I was backer number 185. And this was deck 136 out of 280. Next up is Wildwood Tarot. This is one that will never leave my shelf. I absolutely adore this tarot. I have the full book. I love this. And the cards are absolutely stunning. I want to edge these so bad. I've always wanted to edge them. I do think that the paper they used was a little cheap. But, you know, whatever. So, I won't do nothing with these. These will stay on the shelf. I'm very proud to have a Wildwood Tarot in my collection. Do the Seed and Sickle. I got this off of Amazon. It is also a liminal too. Oh, they always have the worst cardstock. It's beautiful though. It's beautiful. And what I liked about this deck was that it came with 2 books. And one was your Dawn Companion and one was your Dusk Companion. And they're gorgeous and they're informational, but I hate working with the cardstock. And that sucks. Even the inside of that box is gorgeous. It just sucks. It sucks that the cardstock is what ruined this deck. I actually think it's quite beautiful to look at. So I'm actually going to put this in the maybe pile as maybe for decorative purposes. Let's go ahead and get through this one. This is the Bad Bitches Tarot. I don't reach for it very often, but when I do, man, it comes through. This is a feminine energy deck. I don't want to read. I don't ever read with it, but I love looking at it. This is genuinely a deck that I will pull out and I will look at. I mean, look at that card. Beautiful. There's the back of them. They are shiny. They're easy to shuffle. I've shuffled them a couple of times. It comes with a really great book. If you're into a lot of self-reflection, I think that this would be for you. This is staying on my shelf. Then you got the Botan Tarot. Not my style. It's got a colored book. The back of it is stunning. It is the edges. I did not do that. That came like that. So if you are into like anime and stuff like that, you would really probably really relate to this deck. I'm gonna pack it away though. I don't ever reach for it. A long time ago, I'm a part of a Facebook group of it's a very specific Facebook group. And there was a girl in there who was doing an art project for her college class. She did some tarot cards for her art project, and she asked us for input, and then she asked if we would back it. And I ordered 2 of these. I love this so much. I wish I could remember her dang name. This is how she sent them, wrapped in this cloth. I love these. These are gorgeous. I sometimes will read with this one. I have a set that I don't read with at all. And those are put up. I'll never touch those. But my goodness. Isn't that gorgeous? Like just the calming nature of that deck. She was an artist. I don't know that she was really into tarot, but she should be. Like, I would buy a whole deck based off of this. Next up is the Golden Tarot. This is a reproduction of what the original tarot decks look like. This is just a sentimental thing to me. I will keep it for display purposes. I don't ever read with these. I will never get my hands on the originals, and as much as I would like to see the original decks, I never will. This is Witch's Wisdom Tarot. I have not really, when I got this, I had started to kind of, it was right after Lakin, and I haven't really messed with them since. They're beautiful cards. They come edged. I really do want to play with them, but it is a thick deck. And I need to be able to work with them, but I love them. And they're stunning. And look how beautiful that edging is. Like, the color of that edging is gorgeous. So I'm going to put it in the maybe pile. This is Silver Witchcraft Tarot. It's just okay. This is the In-Between Tarot. This is stunning. This is Janie Worthington and Franco Ravalli did this. And I recommend this to anyone who loves unusual tarot decks. There's the back. The front. It's not my style. I don't pull with it very often, but I just love having this in my collection. I do think I am going to keep it on the shelf. Greenwich Tarot is okay. I haven't really played with it a whole lot. I got it off of Amazon on a whim. I think I'm actually going to put it up. I don't need it. The Healing Oracle Crystal cards, these are Dylan's. They're going to get put up. I bought these for myself. Didn't want them anymore. Tried to sell them. Dylan begged me to keep them for her. This next one is Tarot of the Divine. This is stunning. Colored. It's a colored booklet. Look at you can even see how vivid these cards are just looking, and I love it. I love this. This is so nice. It is edged. There you go. There's the back. Oh. There's nothing. There's that Two of Cups card. That's absolutely ridiculous. It's just beautiful. God, she's gorgeous. She is gorgeous. So I love this deck. I never read with it. I will say it is a bit, look at her. Wow. It is a bit, not easy for me to read from. Hello. But I think it's worth keeping. And I backed on Kickstarter. It's the Rider-Waite Tarot, and this is pretty much the same thing as the After Tarot. It's the same kind of concept. What happens if you do it or don't do it? Pretty much, like, look at Judgment. Pretty much getting down to the ones that will continue to stay out on this shelf. There's not a lot sitting here that I'm probably willing to get rid of. I got this one on Kickstarter. It's the I Am Not Omniscient, but I Know a Lot. It does have an online companion to it. It just didn't. I thought it was gonna do something for me that it never did. So I don't know. I've tried to give this deck away. I might see if I can sell it, because I'm not even interested in really keeping that on in my stash. This deck right here is the Modern Witch Tarot deck. If I ever have a young adult or older teen come to me and say, hey, what do I need to get into? This is what I recommend. Another Liminal 11. And I think Sterling Ethos published it, but the cardstock is terrible on these. It's stiff. You can't shuffle them. You can bend them pretty easy one-on-one. I don't know. I love this deck. I read from this deck very often. It's just so hard to shuffle. For that reason, I'm calling it a bitch, and I'm going to put this in the maybe pile. There's one. This is The Nightmare Before Christmas. This is one of my favorite cartoons ever. This was given to me as a gift. It's stunning. It's beautiful. I would never, ever read with it, but let me tell you, look at the edging. I did that. I made that happen. It's literally for display purposes only. One, the Happy Tarot. I love this. This little deck brings me so much joy. It brings me so much joy. I've edged this one. You can't really tell. It's a very, there's the back of it. I was trying to match the color, and you can't really see it. It's a very pale lavender. But if you like happy things and you're interested in tarot, or if you already are into tarot and you've never seen this before, I highly recommend this. It's just a good light tarot deck in their life. Look at that card. So cute. And it is Serena Fica, I think is her last name. That's not going anywhere. That stays on my shelf. I'm not going to keep this out. This is the Moonology Oracle. They're getting put up. I don't really ever pull from those too often. Usually for rituals. The Shadowland Tarot, I just didn't vibe with. But I love the art. And I love the book. The book is amazing. And I actually will reference this sometimes. It's gold. There are the backs. And then there, I thought I would really just love this deck, and I just didn't. I don't know. This one in the maybe pile because I don't know. This is the Diamond Tarot. This literally I got in New Orleans. I love the idea of it. I never use it. I don't want to get rid of it. So we're going to put that in the stash pile. We're just going to put it up. New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, again, one I love having. It's a beautiful deck. I do not practice voodoo. I would love to learn voodoo, but I just don't. So, this. It gives you, there's literally like a bibliography of Haitian voodoo, African voodoo. It gives you some readings that they use for things. Stunning in this. There the back. And then here's some of the front. I don't know what I thought I was getting into, and that I actually was talented enough or knowledgeable enough to even work with these cards. Put that one up. I will not keep it out, but I will not ever get rid of this. And I can pay it its proper respect. Here are some next ones. I haven't even opened this one. I am collecting all of these. They will stay on the shelf. These are the Seasons of the Witch Oracles. So you've got the Samhain Oracle, the Yule Oracle, and the Beltane Oracle. I think I'm missing one that's fixing to come, one that's already come out, and then I need to get one that's fixing to come out. And that'll cover, I think, all 5 of the seasons. This is illustrated by Giada Rose. It is great, but it's Juliet Diaz and Lorraine Henderson. And I like working with these when I do spell work on those days. Out of the way, this is the Everyday Enchantment Tarot. It's okay. Call that one. Fire Tarot. So I have a love-hate relationship with this deck. This deck is not my friend most of the time. But I'm absolutely, like, this book is gorgeous. The artwork is stunning. I have cut and edged these. This was my first edging when I decided I was going to, and you can tell, if you look closely, none of them are even. That's how bad I was at trying to figure it out and how to do it. But I love the artwork on this. There's something about this artwork that speaks to me. Just because it's sentimental to me, that's doing it. I'm going to put this one in the maybe pile. And we will revisit it because I don't know if I want to keep it out or put it up. Okay, the next one is the Druid Tarot. This is not going anywhere. It will legitimately stay with me on my shelf. It's a great book for like the Druidcraft Tarot. But I just love this. It's a simple, again, this is a deck that I have modded. So this is the back. I have done the edging on it, and then I've cut the edges off. So it's borderless. It's very much, there's no diversity in this deck. If you're looking for a deck with diversity, you're not going to find it in this. But it is very much steeped in Druid mythology, and that's what I really like about it. I love this deck. I won't get rid of it, but I'm not going to keep it on. It is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. Maybe that's a sign that I should. But this is the Literary Witches Oracle, and it came with the book. Women in literature, in literary history, who have a witchy vibe to them, who it was questionable that they were practicing witchcraft themselves. I think I am going to actually put this in the background somewhere, and I think it'll be beautiful. And just kind of get through these. This is the Gilded Tarot Royale. This is by Ciro Marchetti, and text is by Barbara Moore. I've destroyed this box. This box has been rained on. These cards have been used and abused over and over and over again. I love this deck. Lord help me. Y'all look like pure garbage. Poo, poo, poo. This is the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck. When I do readings for the girls, I love to pull this from them because it gives them a little extra for their readings. This one says protest. This one says tree, let them go. Witch card says justice is coming. There's the gold card. You don't need someone else to fix you. You don't need someone else to fix you. Listen to this bitch right here. I love pulling these out just as a last little chef's kiss to their reading. I can keep this one out. Okay, these are my Everyday Witch decks and Oracle card. Love these. Again, if I'm going to tell a newbie, especially a female newbie, to get a deck, it's going to be that one. This when Garrett was in the hospital after his accident. I was just in a headspace where I needed the cards. This was all the local Barnes & Noble had. They're holographic. It's reflective tarot, so it's holographic on purpose, obviously. There's the back. And they're small. And they're just basic tarot decks. The Herb Crafters Tarot, it's okay. I think. Second edition. I missed the first edition on this. I think they're so adorable. Be tarot for me, where they're just fun, fluffy decks to have in your collection. Everyone should have a fun, fluffy deck. There's an example. That is the Queen of Swords. Here's the Three of Pentacles. There is the back of them. They are gorgeous. These are not edged. Never read with them. I bought them to have in my collection, just to have them in my collection. I think I've tried to read with them one time. And I even have the bag that came in. But I think I'm going to put those up. I think so. No, I'll put them in the maybe pile. I'm going to put them in the maybe pile. Okay, let's go through this real quick. This is the Eight of Coins Tattoo Tarot. I will not I will not have this on my... Number one, the book is stunning. Absolutely beautiful. Number two, it comes with an actual spread base. And then I have altered these cards. Look. Isn't that stunning? Directly to them. They're so colorful with that black edging on it. She's beautiful. The sun is another gorgeous example on this deck. I don't read with this deck very often. I haven't read with this deck very often, but I just feel like there's something about this. Look, I can't show the devil really, like, because there's naked ladies, but just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. So we keep this one. I wanted to show it off. I think it's worth having it if you like. Next up, Modern Love Tarot by Ethany. I do like this deck. The problem is I do not, and I haven't for a long time, done love readings. It's kind of become a rule for me that if you're asking me a question about love, or if you're asking me specific questions about your relationship, like if you're coming to me and you're like, I want to know if he's cheating on me, or I want to know what she's doing behind my back, I'm not going to do that shit. I feel the need to have this readily available. This is it is edged in gold. It's stunning. Beautiful. The back is pink. The cards are beautiful. Ethany did a fantastic job on this. There's diversity in this deck. There's actual love in this deck. The art is just beautiful. There's different kinds of love. It's just an all around. This is to me a perfect deck. I just wish it wasn't a love deck. I think we're going to put it up. I hate that I even have that, because when people come to my house, they're like, oh, you do love readings? No, I don't. Okay, this deck right here is the Naked Heart Tarot. This is Julian C. Wilde. The first Oracle deck I showed you guys was by her. It's just a simple, small book. I love this deck, though. There's animals in here, not any humans. The art in it is fantastic. There's the Temperance. I'm actually going to stick this in my maybe pile to think about it some more, because I think as we wrap up and I go through and see what I have for the shelf and what I have that I'm putting up, maybe I might find that I have too many for the shelf. Bennett, but it's just cute. Another light, fluffy deck to have in your collection. I've not even read with this yet. I ordered this. He re-released it. I missed the original release. Greg White did this. It was done on his own. It was not published, so the backs are simple. It looks like wood, but it is the Wilder Woven Tarot. And it is, look at that. Look at that. It's stunning. Every card is an animal, and the only place that there is a picture is inside the animal. Look at that. Look, which path are you going to take? It's the Lovers. 2 hearts, 1 line. It's the Wheel of Fortune. Isn't that adorable? Cups. They're ducks, and it looks like a raindrop. So this is for water, obviously. Those are all done. So once you get into like the cups and the pinnacles, I want to make sure I didn't skip over any. Okay. Yeah. So these are the cups for water. They're all in the shape of water. This is for earth. It's all in the shape of a mountain. This is obviously air. It's swords. So gorgeous. Focuses on the sky and the different colors of the sky. And then this is Wands for Fire. It's just a beautiful deck. It's just beautiful. Eventually, and really get into studying it. I think I'm glad to have it in my collection, and I'm glad to have the option to look at it. But I don't even know if you can still buy this. So the Wilder Woven Tarot is going to be put up, but it's going to go there. Okay, next up is going to be the Lightseer Tarot. Once upon a time, this was one of the biggest and trendiest tarot decks ever. Everyone in the tarot community had to have this. I did not get the original because I did not want to pay that kind of money for it, but she did do a second edition, or Hay House re-released this one, and I bought 2 copies. Let's see. I bought 1 copy. It was messed up, and they sent me a replacement copy, and I got to keep my second copy. So this was the copy that was messed up. It wasn't even like all that bad, but I edged it. This is the one I use most often. The other one is put up. I use that for like ancestral readings, but it's just stunning. It's just stunning. It's very modern. I think it relates for everybody. Maybe that's why it was so popular. The other deck I had is edged in blue. I will keep this one out on the bookshelf. Ooh, this one. This is the Northern Animal Tarot. She re-released it. This is number 82 out of 500. This one was printed in 2020. And she did this herself, I believe. The box is beautiful. It came with its own bag. She stamped it on its own and everything. I did not want to mess with the steel, so I opened it from the bottom. You're gonna get me every time, no matter what it is, with foxes. But I don't even think I have actually. There's a couple of cards with some spreads. I think I've tried to use it like once or twice. And I, like I said, after Lakin, I just kind of stopped my practice altogether. I think I'm going to keep this one out. And my only complaint is the paper is a little cheap. But it's still beautiful, and I'm still not getting rid of it. And if that's the only complaint I have, then I'm okay with it. The Lily Black and the Lily White Tarot. I love these. These are from a French artist. She does these herself. This one is signed, and it's number 844 out of 1,000. And so that's the Lily Black, and then the Lily White I ordered to go with it. So love that for me. They stay on the shelf. They don't go anywhere. The next one is going to be Roots and Wings off of Etsy. It is from Cat Riles. It just comes in this kind of box printed on there, but this cardstock is amazing. It's so buttery. A lot of people don't like this cardstock because it sticks together. I like it. It's a texture thing. It's kind of very basic, the art, but it's not too dark. It's not too light. I think it's a good one to have if you can still get your hands on it. She has a card with a garden spread on it, which I thought was really cute. The back of them are a lot, though. It's not my favorite backs ever on a deck. So, and they kind of look more pink on camera than they are for real. It doesn't come with a booklet. It just comes with this thing, but that works. I don't read the books usually anyway. So I'm going to keep this one out. I actually use that one often. Let's do these last. Let's do these first. Let's get this one out of the way. This is The Little Prince. This is one of my favorite children's books ever. I love this. I used to read this to Dylan all the time. Again, I keep it on a shelf. It will probably be a display. The tarot deck is super cute too. Deviant Moon is my ultimate deck. Deviant Moon, I love this deck. I do not know I have 2 copies. I used to have 5. I've lost it. I've lost one. I've left some in other places. I've decluttered a couple of them. I have this one, which is the borderless edition. It came out a few years ago, so I went ahead and grabbed it. It's literally just Deviant Moon without the borders. This one is easy for me to pull out and do a reading with. So I love that for me. I have this one, which is the bordered edition. And I hate the bordered edition. So what did I do with this one? I modded it. I wanted it to be a little unique. I know everybody mods in rounded edges. I kept this one square, which I think made it its own, like its own thing. I do kind of, it's very painful to shuffle. This is my love deck. This is my forever deck. This is my ultimate deck. Deviant Moon Tarot is not made for everybody. I don't always recommend it for people. The artwork on it can be kind of jarring and intense. So but I like that kind of stuff. So, and then I also have Patrick Valenza's Deviant Moon Tarot book. This, I am so proud to have this in my collection. It's gorgeous. For this card from this gravestone. I just think that's, so yeah, these are going to be display items for sure. And then we have the Oak, Ash, and Thorn for this deck often. It just speaks to me. Oh yeah, here's the back. But there is the 7 of Swords. I do a lot of spiritual readings with this. Like if I'm doing like a one for myself, I'll reach for this. Did it. Yeah, volume 2. So this was the second run, 1.1. So that is definitely staying. The next deck is, I don't even think you can buy this anymore. I'm glad I ended up buying this directly from him. This is meant to be art. And it is absolutely stunning. And it is the True Black Tarot. It's hard to read. The camera's not going to pick it up very well. Everything about this deck is beautiful to me. Number one, look, that's what the backs look like. They look like this, if you can see that. The insides, like, is that not beautiful? They're just gorgeous. I do not play with these very often. To me, this is like stunning art. That's gorgeous. It's beautiful. That's his hangman. And I know if you're into tarot, then you probably already know about this deck. Why wouldn't you? But I love her, the queen that she is. But yeah, so this one doesn't go anywhere. I keep it on display 24/7. No one is allowed to touch that deck. And then Garrett, our first year together, I guess he pays attention to me a little bit, because when he was in the hospital, unconscious, I got a delivery and it was this. And for that reason, I'll never get rid of it. It was very expensive. I never would have bought it for myself. I'm surprised he even bought it for me, but it is Tarot Renard. And I cannot pronounce her name to save my life. She's French. I love this. It's literally a Fox Tarot deck. I keep this deck literally for me and like personal matters. So I will share this with you. Isn't that cute? There's the swords. Oh, can you even see them? It's so beautiful, I can't help but look at it. There's the back of them, just so you guys can see the backs. They are not edged. I will not touch them. But they are gilded on the back. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, gosh. Don't that just look like a mom? Like, it's the queen, but she's handling it all. So this is the Tarot Renard. And this one definitely goes on the bookshelf. So let's go through real quick. I've got one I'm keeping and one I'm putting up. So let me count them real quick. What's funny to me is I told Garrett I had about 100 decks. I think I'm right on. So far I've got 40 that we're keeping on the shelf. And I've got 35 that we're packing away. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 that we're putting in the maybe pile. And I can't decide what I'm going to do with them. Land Tarot up. I think, because I don't want to get rid of it, but I don't want to keep it. So I think with a quick glance, I'm going to put that one up. And then I am also going to put the Wisdom Tarot up. Eventually, I will actually deep dive into that. I think I will keep Modern Witch out for display purposes and put on the bookshelf. And then I do think I'm going to put up the Naked Heart Tarot and the Antiques of Magic Oracle. They are meant to be paired together. Maybe one day we'll reach back in for them. I think I've kind of outgrown them now, and I don't need them on display. I do think I will keep Seed and Sickle out just because I think the artwork's beautiful. Even the side of it, if it's just a side facing. Like, there's not many decks that are very cute side facing. So that's what we're going to do there. I do think I want to keep the Mons Tarot out just because I think it's a really cute discussion piece. But I do think I'm going to take it out of its bag. The problem is that Bonfire Tarot and I we're a toxic couple. That energy about us, right? So I think I will put that one out. Tarot cards. How many decks do you think I have?
Per tarot card?
No.
Per box?
Per box. How many I have? Now keep in mind, I have 3 at work in my desk. And I have 2 hidden away that you can't see.
55.
88.
That's a good even number.
I thought so too.
We can cull that down a little bit.
Can't cull it down. Can't cull it
We
down.
can cull it down by 48.
No.
Making it even 40.
No. Fun fact, Garrett used to play with runes. Don't tell him I told you that.
It's on sale.
Okay, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.